Like many people, I've always wished I could fly. I wanted to fly like Peter Pan, swim stroke fashion. I can't remember a time when I wasn't wanting to save the world in some way, and I wanted to be invisible when I did it. I love this picture. It reminds me of all these superpowers and dreams. These are my superheroes, my darlings. I also wished we could see people's hearts, because I was sure that would improve communication and bring world peace. My friend Stephen says that if we want to make a change happen, we need to embrace that we are all different, but especially that we all want to do good. I believe him. This may all seem simple and trite and vague and idealistic, but it's my reality, and I like it. Welcome to it. I also want to note that my story got feet once I met up with a man named Seth Godin, who recently published a book about the value of shipping your passion, your art. My storyline is mostly about school, learning in order to help others. The dilemma: I notice my colleagues are creating and presenting incredible lessons. I know incredible students are attending their classes. That should be a really good mashup, but it's not. The question: how can students not be engaged in learning in those settings? So I do my branded research. I listen. On listening to kids, I ask, why is this not working? What would work? And they answer with brilliant suggestions of how to make a class work. The only problem is almost every answer was different. The multiple answers fed me more questions. What's the significance of their diverse answers, and how can and should that impact public education? On listening to others, Saul Kaplan recently posted, "Our rhetoric is too much about institutions and not enough about real people." Alan November asks a vital question: who owns the learning? Sir Ken Robinson: we are not linear, we need individualization. Carl Wyman: we need expert individual tutors. Ben Wilkoff: we need to purposefully select a group that will challenge us daily. And Will Richardson: the main thing we need to model for students is how to learn in our personal learning networks safely, ethically, and effectively. And this, I found, this is the only new of the web worth losing sleep over till it's changed. We can now individualize learning in public education. So we should, yes? Some action. We got permission to pilot a math class that has personal learning networks as its premise. Groups, expert tutor, and fellow students no longer bound by geography but carefully selected per passion. And the textbook, information no longer limited to a book but open source via the web and individually paced via their networks. Approximately 30 students decided to give it a go. Our findings, besides the fact that learning is messy: standardized tests and content is not going away soon, so rather than waste time discussing any aspects of it, we embrace that content in the most efficient way possible. We created a self-automated cyclic grid. We also determined that for this idea to work, individualizing to the max, we needed two factors: passion and self-motivation. In a math class of 30, not even half had a passion for math. Most were good at it, but not passionate about it. And while most are by nature self-motivated, that's only under the current way we do school. For example, they were driven by daily grades that test fixed, standardized box content. Take away those grades, and other classes that still had the grades eventually trumped our class in the time allotment for studying. Just a reminder, this isn't a curriculum agenda, it's a people agenda. We're wanting what's best for all players. A new vision: we got permission to start a district-wide innovation lab that focuses on 4 things. First, students creating their own course per passion. Second, students training to be tech interns for classroom teachers, which allows teachers to model learning in the class rather than cram more tech knowledge. The third, students training to be media interns for the library. We believe the library should be the new hub of the school as verb as opposed to noun. A huge way also to obtain web access for many who don't have it at home. The fourth, students communicating refrigerator-worthy activities to the community so that different decisions can be made about how money is spent and how access is administered at school. This naturally led to creating Your School Design It, an offering for students to choose from different types of classes in each content, be it blended, online, traditional, project-based, or the Innovation Lab student-centered, which naturally led to creating Your Professional Development Design It, where teachers' main goal is to create their personal learning environment where they will be challenged daily, then to choose methods that suit their style. One wish we have is that we could grant everyone the superpower of seeing the future just 4 years ahead. We're thinking if people could see the possibilities, believe the possibilities, they'd jump in with us next fall, today even. Imagine this in 4 years' time. For students, through 8th grade, kids attain all that we deem foundational content, but they do most of it through gaming, programming, and logic. 9th through 12 becomes a quasi-college, where kids start branching off into distinct personal learning environments. What was once thought work is now play. Say Joe excels in science. He's planning a career in it. His high school pace seems too slow. He picks up a course built special for him from some MIT lectures. The next year he creates his own course. Someone he thinks would be a great future employer becomes his expert tutor. He and his tutor join in a PLM base out of both MIT and CSU working on the same project. Beyond 12 becomes quasi-career. It's already happening in termed incubators, where companies pay students tuition in return for their innovative ideas. Teachers' roles are now as diverse as students. Many are facilitators of the PLE connections. Others enhance their content expertise, meeting with students individually or in small groups by appointment, creating podcast lectures for others and their content to use. Each teacher designs their own PD. Community, now well informed because of the fridge-worthy communication piece, but also because of students' upgraded role as active community members. No more stress over what is going on in school. Dinner conversations are riveting. Schools are now assessed on these 3 things: student access, free Wi-Fi, availability of multiple tools, time during the day to use them. The process, are teachers in the building modeling learning via their personal learning environment? And third, their connectivity. Are students able, per teacher model in B, to create their own PLEs? And then everything becomes authentic. School becomes real life. Safe is now risky. Status quo, standardization of content can cripple students' future success. And we just want to emphasize it's not about one person or one group. It's us. It's about all of us.
I feel like everybody's frustration towards I don't know what's going on and we're not doing anything. And I just want everybody to kind of relax and just look at it from a different light, that it's not just we are here to see how much we will learn, but we're here to pave a new path of knowledge. And it's more than just an opportunity. It's a responsibility now for us to do the most that we can with this, and to get innovative and get creative, and to start fixing the world through math, or through this whole new system. I mean, it's huge, and I don't think that we've truly taken into order how lucky we are and how we really need to produce something awesome here.